viewers, and welcome back to McElroy's Motors, home of the weird, the boring, the projects, and the adventures. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Right now I'm heading to work for an 8-hour shift, but tomorrow morning I am leaving for yet another mini adventure. Where am I going, you may ask? Well, my friend Richard Bennett, who I had dinner with after the Saturday National Meet, is hosting his 50th birthday by hosting a car show of his own. So I will be going back up to Michigan tomorrow to celebrate and to attend the car show, because this will be a car show specializing in the big American land yachts to which we are so well known for. So at this point I gotta go to work, sweat my balls off for 8 hours, go home, sleep for 5 hours, and then drive for maybe another 3. It should be a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to it. Time now to cue the music. Okay viewers, it is just after 6 in the morning. I slept for a total of maybe 2.5 hours instead of the 5 that I needed to get. But it is time to hit the road for a whole 3.5 hours. So this should be quite fun. Before we head up north into Michigan, we do have a bit of a stop to make because I am not going alone. Alright viewers, I got myself something to drink, a new flavor of Mountain Dew that just came out. It's called Cabo Citrus. Apparently it's like a fruit punch flavor, which I've tried yesterday. It's actually pretty good. And you guys remember Sean when I took him to the IX Center? He's going with me today because I figured I'd introduce him to some of my friends as well as take him to a place he's never been. So, let's do this. It's about a 3-hour drive away.
Woo!
So Sean and I have been on the road for about an hour and a half now, and we're about halfway there. But we're in the small town called Bono, spelled just like the U2's lead singer. I've come into Bono. Or, I'm in Bono, no.
Yeah, apparently there's pissed off birds here.
Yeah. Welcome back to Michigan, Sadie. Welcome back. And it's also Sean's first time in this state.
Oh yeah.
Be prepared to see signs for vapes and cannabis absolutely everywhere. I would like to give Sean credit for something here though, because I was the one who taught him how to drive and whatnot. And yet what does he do? Less than 3 months after getting his license, he drives all the way from Akron, Ohio to New York City.
Oh yeah.
I have had my license for almost 10 years, and I have never driven to New York City once, and yet this guy had the balls to do it.
In 2 months of having my driver's license.
Give credit where credit's due. A city so big has more people inside the entire city than the entire state of Ohio. Like, at one point I would ask you if you're crazy, but then again, I know I'm crazy. Whew. That's up to you, buddy.
Oh yeah.
You guys definitely know for a fact that we're in Michigan if we're passing the factory where the Ford Mustang is being built. It's hard to believe that in the 1990s, when the Sadie was around, Ford tried canceling out the Mustang altogether to bring out the new Probe, which sold very poorly compared to the Mustang. But also a trivia fact about the Mustang, it was actually launched on April Fool's Day, 1964. Well, we made it. And we're parked by next to one Buick Riviera. This one only has 51,000 miles. This is a 1992. And this 1979 Buick Riviera only has 35,000 original miles. But someone's very brave showed up in an RX-8. Well, the birthday boy had finally showed up, and as well as about 16 more cars. Starting with some things that I was not expecting to see here at all, and some stuff that has every right to be here. We got this 1987 Renault Alliance. This was sold at AMC dealerships back when it was new, and this was the predecessor to the well-known Eagle brand that I love so much because the Eagle brand made my first car. But it's all original, but the interior is immaculate. So 80s, it hurts. I've always loved these Alliances. I've always wanted one. I nearly bought one back in 2018. It was an 87 Alliance GTA, so the hot hatch one, if you want to call it that. One of 1,029 built for 87 only. But man, this does bring back some memories. Of course, no car meet would be the same without a classic Volkswagen. This is a 1974 Super Beetle. Wonderful things these are. We also have this stunning Ford Aerostar. This brings back memories to me because my mom had one for her very first car. Very nostalgic. Even these seats bring back so many memories. And the smell of pure 90s Ford. What year is this one? 97? One of the last ones built. If you guys know me well, you guys know I love a Survivor just as much as anything. This all-original 6-volt 1948 Plymouth is by far the star of the show here. As you can see, it is all original, apart from the child seat. That is modern day nonsense. But 40,000 original miles. What a beautiful time capsule. Absolutely staggering. Reminds me of the 1993 film featuring Kathy Bates and Edward Furlong. The movie was called A Home of Our Own. A single mom with 6 kids, hauling them in a 48 Plymouth from Los Angeles to the middle of nowhere in Idaho, and they built their own home from scratch. Every time I see a 48 Plymouth, it just reminds me of that film every single time. Now this car may just look like your average American mid-sized car, but this car is actually pretty interesting. Remember I was telling you guys about the Eagle brand that lasted from 1988 to 1999? Well, this Chrysler 300M was supposed to be the second generation Eagle Vision before the Eagle brand officially died out. But it is a time capsule, no tears, no stains. It's also a special edition too. So it comes with these gorgeous wheels, and I love the look of these. Call me crazy if you will, but I absolutely adore a 1980s Cadillac. Mainly because you got the pillows in the seats, wood that's never seen the inside of a tree, but this is old school American luxury. It's big, and it's a diesel? What? Now that is rare. Very rare. First time I've ever seen one in the flesh. Oh man, that is just too cool. Alright you guys, I'm living a lifelong dream here. Riding around in a 1987 Renault Alliance. God, I just love its 80s blue interior. It doesn't look that big. You said the shifter was that big.
Oh, I know how to... I had a Lakar that the linkage had worn out.
Yep.
So I know how to be extremely
Diligent.
deliberate. You'll notice that I essentially double clutch just to make sure that I'm in the right gear.
Yeah. Oh, this thing rides like a cloud. I was amazed. They said it was the best riding small car at its time, and it's what they weren't wrong.
Oh no, Renault knows how to make, still actually does a great job of suspensions. Torsion bar, well, torsion bars in the back in this particular case, but struts in the front. But like the Lakar, great handling.
Oh yeah, they mastered it. Like when I had my Eagle Premier, it was soft like this, but handled so well.
Yeah, there is a fair amount of body roll.
To be expected.
But yeah, all in all, not bad.
Not at all.
But yeah, there's that GTA exhaust that I think it's a little loud for the highway.
That's part of the fun. It actually goes up pretty well. They said Renaults were not exactly known for their acceleration, but this thing goes okay.
It's a 1.7, and with the 5-speed, it's not bad. Of course, the convertible is a little heavier than the Cooper sedan.
Right.
But, you know, the gearing is made right. So it doesn't feel like it's terribly pokey, as long as you don't look at the speedometer.
Right.
See, she makes more noise than speed. Now, is this where we go back? Yeah, I think this will take us back.
Whee!
But yeah, see that roll?
Yeah, classic French car roll.
But here's the other crazy part.
Yeah. AC still works.
AC.
It's squeaky.
There's that belt.
But it still works.
It still works. Well, it works after about $2,000 worth of work.
Yeah. Woo!
See, the belt's a little angry.
Shortly after going around Dearborn in the passenger seat of this Renault Alliance, the owner, Austin here, allowed me to take this thing for a spin, which is a shame because I couldn't get on camera. But if he's watching this, massive, 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 massive thank you to him, because this was a lifelong dream of mine. Driving a car that's supposedly French, but isn't, built in Kenosha, Wisconsin. But what can you do? I went from really wanting one of these cars to the point I gotta get one of these at some point in my life. And yeah, I might regret it later when it comes to parts availability, but that's a bridge I'm willing to cross when it comes time. So again, Austin, if you're watching this, massive thank you. Thank you so much. This right here is my buddy Alex's 1997 Pontiac Grand Prix, complete with a 3800 Series 2 V6. But what makes this car very interesting is he also manual swapped it. It's got 5-speed manual transmission, which was never optioned in these cars from the factory. From what I've been told by my buddy Caleb with his Saturn SL2, this thing is an absolute hoot to drive. We have to talk about Richard's car. This is his 2001 Oldsmobile Alero, and by far the nicest Oldsmobile Alero probably in existence. This car only has 32,200 original documented 2-owner miles, and just look at this interior. Simply spotless, and it has that whiff of 1990s GM about it. And of course, we cannot talk about land barges without talking about this massive Chrysler Imperial. Look at this interior. Oh my goodness. That is just super.
Very cool.
Nice thin steering wheel, seats you can fall asleep while you're driving in. This is a real American car here, ladies and gentlemen. Do you guys remember Ethan's 1985 Lincoln Town Car that was at the GM Front Wheel Drive Society show? Well, he also owns this. This is a 1979 Lincoln Town Car. And this thing is just huge. It's probably a good 22 feet. I mean, look at this. Wheel. There's the other wheel. Front of the car. This thing is enormous. Makes you wonder why they even called it a town car in the first place. Ethan and I have a special present for Richard. Can't wait to see the look on his face.
Broke or something. But like when it started, I'm like, well, I can't be
So we have a new
maybe I'll see you later.
things for you to have like a collection of stuff.
I still haven't seen Nigel yet.
Are you out there?
He was out there.
Is he alive? Did he push the bus to get here?
No, he's yapping with somebody about something.
Okay, so he's fine.
So he's fine. Yeah.
But yep, fully signed and ready to go for you. Happy birthday, buddy. Looks like this guy's getting ready to disembark in his 1987 Honda Civic Si. It's hard to believe this car has almost 200,000 miles on it, and yet it looks as clean as can possibly be. God, that thing even runs like a brand new car. Wow. Well, the show was simply fantastic, and we just left it now. So I gotta take Sadie to get her oil changed, because believe it or not, oil changes should be done every 3 months or 3,000 miles. But I put 3,000 miles on this car in a month. I did my last oil change back in May, and it's already due for one.
Ready for it, big three? I'm gonna get back too ready for it.
That's a sweet Chevy Caprice over there. But we're here at the oil change shop now. We should be back on the road very shortly. Alright, with me drinking some peach lemonade, we're about to get back on the highway and head over to a town where this spiritual man has never been.
Right.
We got about an hour's drive ahead of us. Coming up on camouflage tape on it. And the reason why it's that way is because it's a new car, like a prototype, being tested. That is something I've actually never seen before. I wonder if it's a new Jeep Wrangler or something, but who knows? It looks pretty cool, whatever it is. We're now just less than half an hour away from our destination. We're closing in fast. Definitely is greener over here than it is Ohio, for sure. Green, green, green. I'm loving every bit of it. I bet you this part of the world is very pretty during the fall. And after about another 20 minutes of driving, we finally reached our destination. Where did we end up? We ended up in hell. A population of 72 lies here. How the town got its name is the founder, George Reeves, founded the town in 1841, and he asked his wife, what should we call this place? And she's like, I don't know, name it hell for all I care. And the name just stuck. This Screams place is the local gift shop. Further down that way is the Hell Saloon. And I'm not sure what that building is in the distance, but that's pretty much makes up the entire town. There's like little places you can check out as well, and it's pretty interesting. But one thing's for certain, Sadie made it through hell and back. Now it's official. Sadie's been through hell and back. We gotta make it official now.
Moment of truth.
Where should I put it, Sean? You tell me. How about right here?
Put it above the Saturn. There you go.
There we go. She's now officially been to hell and back.
Oh yeah.
Well, viewers, we've been on the road for about an hour and a half now. We were planning on going to the city of Troy, just west of Detroit, to go visit the Whitechapel Cemetery where the legendary John Zachary DeLorean is buried. However, the cemetery has already been closed for the day, so we're going to end this video here. So if you like this video, feel free to like, share, subscribe, as well as comment on this video if you liked it. I'll see you guys in an upcoming adventure. Take care, everybody.